We had the planning board members just exit, thank you very much. Second public hearing of the night. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing to take comments on soliciting projects for the CDBG grant program?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing's now open. So yearly, the CDBG program, Community Development Block Grants, administered by Dutchess County. They offer us to come up with projects in which we can help different housing needs, possibility of public buildings, economic development, but you have to tie into it low to moderate income levels. And what else is there, Jan? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are special categories, though, in addition to that, for elderly, domestic violence, severely disabled adults. Projects that fit in those categories are also eligible.
So we've been fortunate enough to receive two different awards now. Last year, the bathhouse, $88,000 for Red Wing, and over $300,000 for Julie's Jungle, correct?
$300,000 for Julie's Jungle, yeah.
Which is a wonderful project. So we've been successful with this. So tonight we have to have a public hearing. One of the factors in receiving this grant dollars is that you have to have a public hearing to comment on ideas of possible projects that we can apply for. So basically, it's a little brainstorming idea with the board members. I asked our rec director, Jan McHugh, thank you for coming, Jan, and to decide if we can come up with something, and then we could place an application and see if we meet all the qualifiers. So, does the board have any ideas or think about any projects possibly at any community buildings, anything to deal with seniors or low to moderate income level part of our community, or anything whatsoever? It's, it's difficult to come up with these things, but, as long as we have a discussion about it, then we could apply for it. Doesn't, sometimes we could get turned down, but at least we'll try. So we thought about possibility, something at the community center, but I don't know what else we can get there. I mean,
Would a gymnasium fall into that category?
no, recreation, no.
Some ideas, one category is to remove architectural barriers. So you can look at making some of our facilities or buildings more accessible. It doesn't include new construction, but it would include existing buildings and facilities and making those revisions and improvements to them. That would include, ramps, elevators, sidewalks, things such of that nature.
So we are in need of a new elevator at the community center, but I don't know how often. Maybe if we did have a well-operating one, we can utilize that upstairs room more. I don't know, it's just something.
Yeah, that
with
elevator, it's really
ideas
not
here.
even an elevator, it's more like it's a lift.
It is.
And it doesn't carry more than one person at a time, and it's very old, and we do have problems with it. So that is one idea. I don't know, the town hall, if you have any ideas here for making this building more accessible, or
Right.
again, removing architectural barriers. That's another possibility. Another is we can use restrooms in some of our parks, like Lime Kiln. There's an existing restroom in the building, but it's not accessible. So therefore, building a new one might be eligible. So stuff like that along that line.
Right. Any ideas? Councilman?
No, none of the bathrooms, what about over there? They're all handicap accessible too, aren't they, though?
The-
Wally's?
Those are
are all-
accessible, yes, in the park, at Hopewell Rec.
What about, go ahead.
What about outdoor bathrooms outside of Lime Kiln by Julie's Jungle? Can we do something?
That might,
That's new construction, right?
That would be new construction.
it might be eligible when an existing building can't be made to be accessible. So, I mean, to make Lime Kiln accessible, that building would mean a lot of construction outside, and then more construction inside. I don't know how feasible that is. We might be eligible then, in that case, to build a new bathroom outdoors.
Can we put in for all the sidewalks? We just did it, community center?
Well, once it's done, we can't retro, right? I
No.
wish, we could have,
Bathroom
but,
by Julie's Jungle would be great.
Yeah.
Kids, and for the families.
Isn't that bathroom that's currently there kind of meet that outside wall? Can that be like?
We've thought about that. The grade there is, I'm sure Scott can probably add to that, but the grade there on that hill, you'd have to cut it out, put a retaining wall in,
Yeah.
and then a sidewalk from those areas to the building.
it's, so maybe some of these things we can incorporate, and if we do decide to put in an application this year, Jan, then at least we met the requirement for the public hearing.
Exactly.
Right.
The eligibility submittal is due by next week, and the application is due by December 1st, so it's a fast-moving
Right.
process.
Anybody from the public wish to speak? Oh, nobody's here, so. All right, any other comments or questions? Any of the professionals wish to weigh in on anything?
These sound like fine ideas.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Public hearing is now closed. Thank you. Jan, thank you. Appreciate you coming.
Jan?
Okay, everybody received the October 8, 2020 minutes and the October 22nd, 2020 minutes?
Yes.
Deputy Clerk, any changes, alterations, additions? No? Okay, do I have a motion to approve October 8th and 22nd, 2020 minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved, thank you. No additions to the agenda, courtesy of the floor. There's nobody here.
Where's
Receipt-
Bobby?
Seat and file, we have a letter from DOT with respect to Fishkill Road. Pretty much it indicates that we have met our obligation to come up with a traffic improvement at Fishkill Road and Route 82 when they were designing Hopewell Glen. Engineer, you want to add to that?
This is just an announcement, I'm sorry.
It's just a letter from the DOT for receipt and file.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe Tom does, but basically, go ahead, Tom.
Okay, what this is just, as you know, when the Hopewell Glen project was developed, the developer, Toll Brothers, had to agree to put up to $800,000 for the relocation and realignment of Fishkill Road. That money, over the years, has been applied towards many traffic studies in an attempt to be able to align it with Palin Road. However, because of the location of the railroad track, DOT will not approve the realignment directly across from Palin Road because the track doesn't run perpendicular at an angle. So because of that, the money is still available to us. It was determined to reconstruct the entrance of Fishkill, the entrance of Fishkill Road and 82 to do some improvements there to make it somewhat safer. It's not the optimum solution, but it is a bettering of a bad situation. And this letter indicates that DOT approves the use of the balance of the funds to pay the cost of that project.
And so in turn, meaning we have met our obligation to
Correct.
mitigate somewhat of a traffic issue.
And then the only thing I would like to add to that was that there was a sunset on that contribution.
Correct.
So we had reached a point that, we need to move
We
forward.
had to do forward. And as everybody knows, we are in the midst of that construction at the end of Fishkill Road that meets Route 82. What's the timeline on that?
be done by the year's end, should be. Now, we are making a couple adjustments. It's possible that maybe the top course might have to be pushed off till next year, you know, to be dependent on the weather. But, you know, initially it was to be, certainly be open. The question is whether it'll be 100% finished or not.
Right, and when did you say was that to be
End
opened?
of the year.
End of the year, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay,
About 58 days.
wow.
Hopefully much sooner than that.
It's already been closed for a week, 2 weeks.
And Deputy Clerk, you have a copy of the letter. Thank you. And resolutions. Oh, look at this one. Deputy Supervisor, number 1, please. Designate November 28, 2020, Small Business Saturday.
Whereas the government of the town of East Fishkill celebrates our local small businesses and the contribution they make to our local economy and community, according to the U.S. Small Business Administration, there are 30.7 million small businesses in the United States. They represent 99.7% of all firms and paid employees in the U.S. and are responsible for 64.9% of the net new jobs created from 2000 to 2018. Whereas small business employs 47.3%, the private sector of the U.S., and small business reported that they see consumer spending return to pre-COVID levels by the end of 2020 in order to stay in business. 65% of small business owners said it would be useful, most helpful to the business to have their regulars return and start making purchases again. And 3/4 of the U.S. consumers are currently looking for ways to shop small and support their community. Whereas 96% of consumers who shopped in the Small Business Saturday agree that shopping at small independently owned businesses supports their commitment to making purchases that have a positive social, economic, and environmental impact, and 90% of consumers who shopped at Small Business Saturday agree that small businesses are essential to their community. And whereas the town of East Fishkill supports our local business that creates jobs, boosts our local economy, and preserve our communities, whereas advocacy groups such as well as public and private organizations across the country have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the Small Business Saturday. Now therefore it be resolved that Nicholas Delisandros, the supervisor of the town of East Fishkill, does hereby proclaim November 28, 2020 as Small Business Saturday.
Thank you, Deputy Supervisor. Do I have a motion to designate November 28, 2020, Small Business Saturday?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Discussion? Very important, our small businesses, very important to support them, shop there. This is just a small way to show that we do support them, and we encourage all our residents and families to shop local and to help out our small businesses, especially this year with COVID, everything that's been going on. It's very important for us to support our small businesses. And like I always say, we like to be business-friendly in our town, and we're improving that every day. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Can I make a comment?
Oh, of course, yes.
So just so everyone knows that there is now a Hudson Valley website. It's called shopthehudsonvalley.com. Business owners can go and post deals that they may have for Small Business Saturday and so forth. And residents can go on there, check out deals, they can print out coupons, you name it. So just check that out. It's another great and free way to advertise within the community in the Hudson Valley area.
Great, thank you, Councilman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Number 2, Councilman Franco?
Whereas the Highway Department needs seasonal wingmen, and is determined that the seasonal wingman positions are limited and seasonal. Whereas the highway wingmen need to be hired at this time, as well as some rehired from previous years per the attached list. Whereas all applicants have been interviewed and recommended to the town board by the highway superintendent for the highway wingman positions. Now therefore be it resolved that the town controller be and hereby is authorized to place them on the town payroll as seasonal wingmen. And be it further resolved that said highway wingmen shall be seasonal employment, and that upon completion of their task they shall be removed from the payroll unless further ordered by the town board.
Thank you, Councilman. Do I have a motion to acknowledge the hiring of the seasonal wingmen?
So move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Shouldn't it be wing persons? Third of them are women.
Yes, you're right, Councilman.
Kenny, can I be a wingman this year for?
Come on over.
You're right, Councilman.
Wing person.
So can we change the, acknowledge the hiring of seasonal
kidding.
wing person, please? Do I have a motion to acknowledge the hiring of seasonal wing persons,
So moved.
as amended?
So move.
So moved, a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Okay, number 3, Councilman Bepan.
Authorize an extension of the retirement incentive payment for 2021. Whereas the town comptroller has submitted a retirement incentive payment plan for the current CSEA employees to the town board. Now therefore be it resolved that the terms of the incentive is as follows. Employee must notify the town by January 31st, 2021, and of their intent to retire, and their actual retirement date must not be later than May 31st, 2021. Upon meeting these conditions, employees would receive a payment in the amount of $3,000 plus $100 per year of service to the town. Be it further resolved that the town board does and hereby authorizes a retirement incentive payment plan for CSEA employees as per described in the town controller conditions stated herein.
Thank you, Councilman. Do I have a motion to authorize the extension of the retirement incentive?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? So we did this last year, or the beginning of this year.
We've done it twice.
Yeah, twice now. It's been very successful for us, so we're hoping to have more people take advantage of this, so. Any comments or questions? No? Comptroller, anything to add?
Nothing to add.
No? Okay. Motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Number 4, authorize installation of time clock system. Deputy Supervisor.
Whereas the town board seeks to install a time clock system for the town hall and highway department, and whereas 2 proposals have been received, now therefore be resolved that Paychex be and hereby is awarded the contract to install a time clock in the East Fishkill Town Hall and the highway department, and be it further resolved that the town supervisor be and hereby is authorized to execute a contract.
Thank you, Councilman. Do I have a motion to authorize the installation of the time clock system?
So move. Oh, sorry.
And second?
Second.
There you go.
A discussion?
This is gonna be for all employees though, not just the ones that are listed there?
So, what do you mean?
Rick?
Yeah, well, first we're going to see how it's going to operate, because logistically, we've been discussing this, where to put the clock.
Yeah.
How it's gonna work. Now, they also mentioned about something, that we could use remotely. Is that correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna see to use that remote system for the recreation, since they're at a different building. The police department doesn't need it because they log on with their computers in the vehicles. So that isn't, that's not, worried about that.
Yep.
So we've been discussing this for a long time, as
Oh,
you
yeah, I
know,
know.
and it's finally come across my desk to take some action on it, so. Any other comments or questions? No, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Number 5, modification of drainage easement, Councilman Franco?
Whereas the planning board recently approved revisions to the Stewart Scott subdivision and modified a drainage easement, whereas the easement modification must be filed with the county clerk. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to execute an amended easement in accordance with the planning board's approval.
Thank you, Councilman. Do I have a motion to authorize modification of the drainage easement?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Engineer, you want to give a little overview to the board about this?
Yes, this is a site over in Wikipedia, and originally, some years ago, this particular parcel, it was envisioned it would be further subdivided, and they had created drainage easement ran through the property. Part of it was for drainage from the town road. There was a spur into the center of the lot that really didn't serve a purpose for the town, but it was more to the benefit for future development by a developer. Since that time, they're only going to build one house on this property, so the idea is to maintain the easement that services the town's stormwater, but the spur that was only, to implement future development, that's what they're looking to eliminate, so they can get a better layout for the single home.
Thank you, engineer.
It's off Warren Farm Road.
Any questions, more concerns? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. Number 6, Councilman Deepan.
Whereas the town board previously established the Route 52 John J. Sewer Improvement Area, whereas Blue Water Properties, the owner of Grids thereafter, has requested sewer service, now therefore be it resolved that the property owned by Blue Water Group may and hereby be added to the Route 52 John J. Sewer Improvement Area upon the following terms and conditions. Payment by in fee, payment of capacity reservation fee as required.
Thank you, Councilman. Do I have a motion to designate Blue Water Properties in the John J. Sewer Improvement Area?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Supervisor,
Yes.
we'd just like to point out, the actual property owner, we're going to substitute is RWHPA LLC.
RW.
RWHPA LLC.
Okay.
And also, this will not be subject to the reservation fee because it's going to be immediately built.
Okay. So do I have a motion to designate RWHLB LLC, the owner of those grid numbers, into the John J. Sewer Improvement Area?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. So as we were discussing tonight with the public hearing for the project on the West Campus, they're going to need sewer. This would fulfill that need for them, and they will pay their fees, so. Any other discussion or comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, thank you. No budget transfer tonight. Highway Superintendent, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. You have any comments for us?
I got a small report because we met on October 22nd, so we have been doing some paving repair work over on Shenandoah Road and Hortontown Road as well. We're doing some drainage repairs on Dale Road, Ridgemont Drive. We've been working on our plow trucks. We got to test them out the other day up on the mountains for a little bit of salt. Everything's working well. We've been doing some tree work, Mountaintop Road, Stormville Mountain, Pamela's Road, Eder Road, and Seaman Road. And we plan on doing some safety training classes this month for all of our employees.
That's
Pretty
it?
short report this time around.
Yeah, what happened?
You give me enough time in between meetings.
I had a long report.
That's all I got for you right now.
All right. All right.
Sweet.
Well, our chief isn't here tonight, but we have Lieutenant Kachia. How are you?
I'm okay, Supervisor.
You have a report for the board?
Yeah, I got a couple things. Let's see here. First off, the chief apologizes he couldn't attend. He had a matter to take care of. Lieutenant Derek Chia for everybody. We're starting No Shave November this month, so reason for the beard underneath here. We're gonna make a $25 contribution every member that decides to grow a beard, and we just came up with the donation will be made to Sparrow's Nest and Unshattered. Sparrow's Nest is an operation located off of 376, and they provide meals to family and caregivers of children diagnosed with cancer. Unshattered, which I believe everybody is aware of, they make handbags, and 100% of their employees are women from recovery. I'd like to say thank you to the Town Highway Department, Kenny Williams, thank you very much. For all of you, we're doing major renovations over at our police department, and it's coming along really well. The past week, looks like it's gonna be wrapped up soon. I would make a suggestion to probably hire out the two gentlemen you have doing the mason work, the stone work. I believe that is going to be Everett Lee and Ryan Knapp. We have received nothing but compliments from even people we've arrested who've come in and complimented I'm not kidding, the stone, it's almost amazing.
It looks better than the original work, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. There should be at least probably a sign put outside about who's doing the work, because we've received that many questions about it. It's come along fantastic. Thank you also to Butch Kidney and his team. The inside's almost wrapped up of our new wing, or the Bellino wing, as we like to refer to it as. So that's almost complete. Thank you very much to the town board for allowing us to do that. Needed an update. So that's coming along. Our COPS program, Community-Oriented Policing Service, that has kind of taken underway. We went over to Tots and Us on October 8th and met with the kids, showed them the police car, handed out some material, answered some questions. We're looking forward to an introduction to the Vet program, which is part of the Mental Health of America and the Dutchess County Veteran Services. With both those programs, we plan on helping local veterans with what they need, whether that be grocery pickup or some odds and ends around the house that need to be maintained. Halloween went very well. Thank you for the support with the overtime on that. We received 0 complaints and 0 COVID-related complaints, which I thank the residents and their well-behaved children. On statewide law, just to keep everybody aware, seatbelts laws have changed on November 1st. Now everybody in the car has to wear a seatbelt. It was 16-year-olds in the back seat were permitted not to, but now that has changed, so everybody in the car, 16 and up, even in the back seat, now has to be wearing a seatbelt. And I announced that as a heads up, because Click It or Ticket is started this month. East Fishkill will be participating on November 16th. We start, so little heads up to anybody watching on YouTube who's not here. The executive order for the extension on vehicle registrations, inspections, and driver license expirations, that has ended and will not be renewed as of tonight. So make sure tomorrow everybody has that done. And our crisis intervention training is 100%, our staff is 100% in crisis interview training. So I wanted to make that announcement because I think that's a big achievement. Because our numbers for MHL Transports, which is a person in crisis that definitely needs to seek help immediately, that number was 3 in 2010 and has gone all the way up to 73 in 2019. So that's over a 2,000% increase. And already this year we have transported 54, and we should hit around the same number as 73. So I just wanted to make a general announcement that that is a problem, not just in East Fishkill, but countywide, statewide, nationwide, that has just been on a high increase. But here in East Fishkill, I think we have a good control as far as officers have with the 100% CIT class. And that CIT class, the crisis training class, is a 40-hour course that all of our officers are certified in, which I take great pride in. And that's about it. That's all I got.
Excellent.
Any questions?
So the No Shave November, you donate $25 to the, who is it?
Well, thank you for asking, because I did short it. It is $25 a month, but that's the minimum. Most of the guys make a much higher donation for that. And then the PBA matches that donation. I think last year we had about 1,000, maybe a little over that. And those 2 donations, one, it'll be going to the Sparrow's Nest, and that's food program for feeding basically people who are helping out with cancer, and Unshattered.
So if the town board wanted to get included in that, would the PBA match our donation as well? We are the police commissioners for East Fishkill.
Well, did you just ask if the PBA will match your donation?
Our donation, yeah.
I will definitely speak with
Okay.
the board about that, but I would not see a problem. These are 2
Excellent.
great
More
organizations,
than a month to
so.
grow a beard, though.
I was gonna say.
Maybe a year for you.
I thought some of the board members were participating in the earlier stages of November, but I guess have quit. I don't see many beards up there.
We have a very strict
doing it.
dress
I see
code.
you're a supporter.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll try it out.
Okay, so
Mustaches count.
It's a year-round commitment for us, Ken.
Yes. Solidarity.
Once a year.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Lieutenant. Councilman Pepham.
I'd like to start with thanking Jan, Bill, Butch, and Christine, and even Kenny. Thank you guys so much for all the work that you've done to make Halloween, our Halloween parade and festivities occur. I know it's very difficult with COVID going on and everything else. We had a great response to that, as well as our movie night. The town is trying very hard to have our Christmas tree lighting ceremony. More information will come out about that in the coming weeks. Of course, it'll be socially distanced. You know, it won't be the same, but we're going to try to do something because it's important for everyone to get together and really celebrate the holidays this year. Also, I'd like to congratulate the Wikipedia Fire Company on their 66th anniversary. So that is quite a feat. Thank you for your dedicated service to our town. With that, thank you also to the rest of the fire district and the police department for everything you all do. And I'd like to join the supervisor in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Dwight Bonk on being appointed interim superintendent of the Wappinger Central School District. He was, for a very brief period, he was my high school principal. Great guy. He's already doing a phenomenal job, so congratulations, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Councilman. Yeah, he's doing a great job, he really is. We're lucky to have him, really. Councilman Franco,
Just really
I'm not going to
quickly.
skip you this time.
No, that's okay. Well, I don't have much to say, but just want to thank everybody who came out and voted on Tuesday. I know the numbers were significant all around. East Fishkill had, what, upwards of 80%?
Yeah, 88% almost turnout.
It's great to see. I got online at 6:15 in the morning. Took me an hour and 45 minutes. Should have waited later in the day, but it was still good. Everybody was patient. The poll workers were fine. So thanks for everybody coming out to vote. That was really big. And everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Councilman. Deputy Supervisor.
Just a question about the seatbelt thing, the law that went into effect. I heard there's a discrepancy about it, because somebody said it's only underage junior drivers. That's a thought that's running around town that I heard.
Nope,
It's everyone.
it's everyone.
It's
No,
everyone
that
in
was,
the
that
car.
was the confusion. There's so many subsections to this law. That's why I just gave it in the broad
That's what they
strokes.
said.
It's, yeah, I mean, depending on the age, car seats, everything like that, but it's not just DJ drivers anymore. You know, if you read it, it's a little tricky.
That may have been the way it was,
Yes.
that if you were a junior driver, you had to, but now it's everybody.
But
So
the
now
word-
if
the wording-
if Tom's driving, we all gotta wear our seatbelts too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No matter who's out wearing the car.
If Peter was driving, I wouldn't be in the car.
Yeah.
Other than that, just happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Okay. Well, thank you all. And first, happy Veterans Day to everybody. Thank you to all our veterans who have, given the ultimate sacrifice, their lives for our country. We all honor your lives, so thank you all. And also, happy Thanksgiving, of course. Hope everybody has a healthy and nice Thanksgiving. Our next town board meeting is December 10th, 2020. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.